What if the rainbow flag you wave in solidarity is the same one they would burn if you stood on their soil? Across Gaza and the West Bank, queer Palestinians live in fear, and some have fled to Israel or abroad, not for better coffee, but to stay alive. Yet in London, Berlin, and New York, the chant still echoes: Queers for Palestine, from the river to the sea. Today we are asking what protest signs rarely do. How did a movement built on liberation end up marching beside groups that would jail, silence, or exile the very people waving those flags? Picture this: Tel Aviv Pride 2023. A float rolls by blasting pop music, draped in keffiyehs and pride flags. 2 weeks later, Gaza's morality police make headlines again for enforcing public decency codes. Homosexuality there is not just taboo. Under Gaza's still enforced 1936 penal law, sex between men can mean up to 10 years in prison. That is not a glitch, it is the system. And that system is why we have to talk about the ultimate irony of progressive politics. Section 1. The paradox in plain sight. Solidarity feels good. It feels righteous. But feelings are not facts. In Gaza, same-sex relations remain criminalized under a colonial-era statute. In the West Bank, the Palestinian Authority offers no anti-discrimination protections for LGBTQ people. When the group Al-Qaws tried to host events in 2019, Palestinian Authority police banned them as foreign agents and urged citizens to report suspicious activity. The ban was later withdrawn, but the message stuck. Western activists might call that intersectionality. Queer Palestinians call it survival roulette. Section 2. The chickens for KFC problem. You have heard the meme, Queers for Palestine is like chickens for KFC. It is glib, but there is a darker truth beneath the joke. Hamas and Islamic Jihad frame homosexuality as a moral corruption imported from the West. Their leaders have condemned same-sex relations as un-Islamic and a threat to social order. When Western supporters answer with the phrase, "but Israel pinkwashes," they may have a point about public relations, but the spotlight shifts away from queer Palestinians and onto Israeli branding. Critique pinkwashing? Absolutely. But do not swap one erasure for another. A gay teen in Hebron does not get a two-state solution at his bedroom door. Section 3. The voices you rarely hear. Imagine a boy named Sammy. He grew up in Gaza, realized at 14 that praying the gay away was not working, and fled to Tel Aviv after his uncle threatened to cleanse the family name. He is not waving a Zionist flag. He still rails against checkpoints and occupation. But when he sees European queers tearing down hostage posters, he says they think they are fighting colonialism. They are telling me my trauma is optional. Stories like his are not rare. Israeli organizations such as the Aguda and Jerusalem Open House say hundreds of LGBTQ Palestinians have sought temporary protection or work permits in recent years. They are the refugees progressive marches rarely mention. Section 4. Why the West marches anyway? Post-colonial guilt is a powerful drug. Mix it with academic terms like homonationalism, and solidarity becomes a kind of moral shorthand. To oppose Western imperialism, one must support Palestine completely. The messy details of queer survival get postponed until after liberation, but liberation deferred is liberation denied. Section 5. The strategic silence. In the West, activists often fear being called racist more than they fear endorsing homophobia. So they stay quiet when Hamas sermons praise moral purification. They stay quiet when Palestinian Authority police label LGBTQ groups as foreign agendas. Silence is not neutrality, it is complicity with a conscience filter. Section 6. What real solidarity looks like. Real solidarity starts with listening. Groups like Al-Qaws have asked international allies to amplify queer Palestinian voices, not speak over them. It means funding safe spaces in Ramallah, pushing the Palestinian Authority to end morality policing, and still calling out occupation abusers without erasing those fleeing them. Solidarity is not about choosing sides. It is about choosing principles. No one should have to flee home because of who they love. If this tension taught you something new, share it. More people should know what it means to be queer under two kinds of pressure, social and political. Ask yourself, can solidarity truly exist when safety is one-sided? And if you want deeper dives on the culture war's fault lines, subscribe and stay curious. Conclusion. Next time you see a pride flag stitched to a Palestinian flag, ask the holder one question: would your solidarity survive a pride parade in Gaza? If the answer is silence, you have found the irony progress refuses to face. Until every marcher can chant freely in every square from Ramallah to Gaza, liberation remains a slogan painted on cardboard. Easy to wave, easier to drop when the cameras fade. Thanks for watching and for thinking critically with me. If you learned something new, hit subscribe and stay tuned for the next deep dive. Your curiosity and your time matter, they help keep tough conversations honest. See you in the next one.